Welcome. Today's our second podcast, Peyton and Wise Baba. You'll meet Peyton in a minute. I'm going to start the talk by updating you. So, our first podcast, we had a lot of viewers. We were really thrilled and excited, and we had some followers. We hope that more of you will check a little check mark when you visit our podcast. It helps the podcast grow. We wanted to also correct my age. On the video, I said my age was younger than I am, 79. I am going to be 80 in October. And at the end of the video, if you had stayed to watch it the whole way, you'll hear that I have been diagnosed with heart failure and that it feels really important to me to spend time with Peyton and to share things with Peyton while I'm still here. I don't know how much time I have left, but in order to guarantee that I'll go to my daughter's wedding, I had a pacemaker put in. So parts of my heart weren't getting electricity, and now, according to the surgeon, all parts are getting electricity. So that's exciting. And I will have like a 6 weeks of healing and maybe 3 months before I feel any better. So that's like a bonus. That's like a prize. So the fact that I get to spend more time with Peyton is my joy. I call it my joy because I didn't have time with my grandmothers, and I'm not a grandmother myself. So with Peyton, I get to experience the joys of being a grandmother and teaching him things that grandmothers teach them. So without further ado, we'll have Peyton come on in and spend some time with us. I was talking to Peyton about doing some t-shirts and using the name Wise Baba. So
little clothing line, right?
yeah, little t-shirts, baby clothes and stuff.
Why did you want to start a clothing line?
I work on my mission, why I think I'm here, and what impact that I would like to have, what legacy I want to leave for myself. And I feel that the last 30 years have been disrupted by one medical thing after another medical thing. And I haven't yet figured out what part of me creates that.
I mean, I would think it just comes with age, right?
Well, everything is not age related. I mean, part of it is,
Yeah.
I can't blame everything on my age. I've had,
But you were healthier like in your like 20s and 30s.
I tell you, I left my marriage when I was like 45, 46, and I hadn't been sick at all, maybe some back issues, and then maybe in 1990s, in the 90s, I started gaining weight, and I saw a Chinese doctor, an Ayurveda doctor, medical doctors. I've had live blood cell looked at, et cetera, et cetera. I did anything and everything that I knew of to discover why I was gaining the weight. And it came to that I wasn't eating enough. And I still don't have
And that's why you're gaining weight?
Yeah, because my body went into starvation. So then it's not going to burn anything off. So I really don't have a big appetite. I don't eat a lot.
Okay.
And I got up to over 300 pounds. And for no reason. And now, for no reason, it's coming off. So when I had my recent pacemaker put in, they weighed me, and I weighed about maybe 100 pounds more than I always used to weigh. Growing, as a married person, I stayed pretty much the same my whole life. And I don't know if it was hormones or thyroid or what it is, but Western medicine was having trouble with me. I have seen functional medicine doctors that have helped me a lot as well. But anyway,
What's functional medicine?
functional medicine, there's a dentist that I follow on YouTube, and has MS, and he's had it for years, and he's been deteriorating. And he said that he had gone to see a functional medicine doctor, and that's the first time I had heard of that word. And he was hoping to find somebody that could help him with handling MS, the damage that MS was doing to his body. Matter of fact, I saw a posting from him today. I was happy to see he's still on. So, from what I understand, if you go to a functioning medicine doctor and you have a headache, they'll discover why you have the headache, and they'll address that instead of giving you two Tylenol and call me in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was
And then
having
you gotta pay
trouble.
$3,000.
I was having trouble, and
I
I
think
know.
it's sprinkling. I think it's starting to rain a little.
Well, we're under the umbrella.
Yeah,
It's okay.
we should be good.
We should be good.
But
We're chatting in the rain. It's California's sunny day, chatting in the rain. Today is Friday, Monday. Now that's getting old. You forget what day it is.
it took me a second too, but
Yeah. So I went to see a functional medicine doctor, and they actually, with proper blood work, they actually diagnosed me with thyroid issues and adrenal fatigue. So I've also have heart issues that I've had 2 open heart surgeries, and recently had a pacemaker put in. So I didn't see a functioning medicine doctor about my heart, but one guy I did see, he's a cooperative, maybe. He's a cooperative cardiac surgeon at Stanford Hospital. And he also is a functioning medicine doctor. And I have seen him. And probably gave me really wise to go out that night to the full moon and ask the full moon why I was here. So I did. I had a little ritual.
the
and
doctor asked you?
I asked the doctor asked.
Yeah.
So I asked, why am I here? And it has to do with raising consciousness around giving and doing random acts of kindness. And in my dream that night, I had all kinds of ideas about how to encourage random acts of kindness. And since then, I volunteer for a group called Encompass, where we package things for homeless people.
Wow.
So I really have gotten knee deep in that, and I love every minute of that. I feel like that's the least I can do. So I'm always donating stuff and getting donations from other people of things that they need, like shoes and blankets and whatnot.
And how long have you been doing that for now?
When Jigsy died, I put an ad in the paper and offered to give Jigsy's food and toys
That's right.
and treats away.
Yeah.
Jigsy was 15. He was my Shih Tzu poodle. Shih Tzu, a lovely, lovely
dog. Yeah.
And he died of dementia. I didn't even know.
I didn't know dogs
Our
could get
dogs
that.
get sundowners.
Did he ever forget you?
No, but he would go out to go potty, and he wouldn't come back, and I would come out here, and he would just be standing somewhere just looking, or he'd just be looking.
You'd just be looking off? Like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But the day he passed, we had a vet come to the house, And Jigsy was excited that day because we were laying on the bed with him and he was jumping around the house. And we gave him treats and favorite treats and lots of love. And they gave him his first injection. And it was such a loving way to have to say goodbye to your pet. So,
Oh,
right after then, I had searched for people who could use his food. And I used to feed him Marty's freeze dried organ meats.
oh yeah, the good stuff.
Good stuff. He was worth the best. And I had him 15 years. I don't know if I said that, but I had him 15
Yeah, you did.
years.
So you bring all of his food and stuff to her.
Well, they came
Oh, they
that
came
afternoon
to
and
grab
picked
it?
it all up. And they said, if you want to come on Thursdays to help us package up Jigsy's dog food,
Oh
come.
wow.
So I went and I packaged up Jigsy's dog food because lots of homeless people have dogs and cats.
Yeah.
So they really do a lot of dog food and cat food, among other things. But
What's your opinion on like homeless people having pets? Like some people think it's like cruel, or like some people are like, oh, they need a companion, right? Like, do you think what's your stance on
I think
homeless people?
it's all about love. Whether I was homeless or not homeless, I would want to have my pet there because I kind of feel like they're children, they're fur children. And to tell you the while I had like 2 cat grandchildren and 2 dog grandchildren, now I have a real grandchild. So it's a special bond between a man and his pet or a
Yeah,
woman and her pet. And when you've lost everything, what else do you have but your pet?
fair enough. But
And
like, what if they get the pet while they're homeless? You
what
know,
was
like what if they like adopt a pet while they're homeless?
well, that would be okay if if as long as people are helping them with food and
Yeah, like
services,
taking care of them.
Humanity. It's about humanity.
Yeah,
It's about humankind. I think we're missing a lot of humankind. I think
I mean, I feel like this isn't the first time in history where that's happened. Like, there's been a lot of times where like humans felt like the world was against them, and like no one really trusts each other. I think like that. I mean, in my opinion, that's what it's kind of like right now. Like people are having a hard time trusting one another, and
mhm.
that everyone feels like they have to fend for themselves, and it's like that's not the first time in history people felt like that.
And that's so sad.
Yeah,
That's so sad. Doesn't have to be like that. It depends on what's in your mind because we create our own reality. And I know that's going to take a long time to sink in because it took me a long time for that statement to sink in. But I'm finding more and more and more true that it is actually a fact. So if you think about being poor, you'll be poor. If you think about having your needs met, you'll have your needs met.
yeah,
If you think that all you can live in is a dump, then all you'll live in is a dump. And if you think you can get a great job, you have this inner confidence and you'll get a great job. It's like you manifest what you think about. And sometimes people are victims and they have what's called a victim mentality and they get stuck in this rut. And unless they work on themselves to realize that they're stuck in this rut, they'll continue the pattern. A pattern is a pattern is a pattern. And they'll just keep continuing the pattern. I think that around age 40 or 50, people start working on themselves to become more conscious of themselves and of their behaviors. And I think that's a perfect time for that to happen because we're more mature at 40 than we were at 20?
Well, I think it ranges. Like some people start working on themselves pretty young, but I do see like how at that age, like it's probably a little bit more profound, a little different because yeah, like you said,
Some of them call midlife crises. They call
yeah,
it a midlife crisis when you change, but you can change your mind all the time. There's a one saying I used to have. I managed a Bath and Body Works store in San Francisco, and I put up this big sign on inside my office, and it said, "If you think you can, you will, and if you think you can't, you won't." It's all in what you believe.
yeah.
Because wasn't there a little choo-choo thing, like a Tommy train choo-choo going up the hill, chugga chugga,
Oh,
chugga chugga.
hold on, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. The little engine that could.
the little engine that could is like, once you give up, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So we can't give up on ourselves. I think.
A lot of that reminds me of a lot of like professional athletes. They all preach that a
Mhm,
lot. Like even like a lot of the ones that came from like poverty, they
mhm.
say like they just kept dreaming and
So
despite the odds.
how do you embrace Muay Thai? What simple thoughts do you have about yourself with Muay Thai that helped you?
That's a good question. I mean, well, I don't think I want to go professional with that. Like I don't I'd rather not risk the brain injuries and stuff. But yeah, I for me it's like a fight against myself. Like I I try to narrow everything I want to prove myself into that sport a little bit. Like
To
I really want
improve
to
yourself or prove yourself?
prove like yeah, prove myself.
To yourself or to
Yeah,
somebody
to
else?
myself.
Okay.
I like I've never really committed to a sport. I feel like I've never really committed to anything for like a good amount of time and got really good at something. And I feel like especially a man like you need to have a like it doesn't have to be a sport, but you need something where you face your trials and you master it. I think every young man needs to kind of have something like that. And I feel like I haven't had that yet.
Mhm.
So Muay Thai has definitely been that for me, if that makes sense. Like I plan to I have a fight coming up in like 5 weeks and yeah, I need to win that fight. Like I need to show myself that I could do something I put my mind to. And I think because of that I will win the fight.
Mhm.
And it just and because I've ingrained that in my head so much, I train harder, like I
Believing in
study
yourself,
harder. Yeah, it all just like what's the word? Like it I don't circulate. I don't know.
motivate you.
Yeah, it just like once if you really tell yourself you could do something and you really believe in it despite the odds and like despite the doubt, you will be stronger at it. Like there's just a part of you that like drives you to work even harder at it. And yeah, I'm just like I'm trying to put it all into this Muay Thai before I have to go and lock in on a career
Mhm.
because I just want to prove to myself that I could do the things I put my mind to.
And just like we were talking about the four agreements, just do the best you
Yeah,
can
do the best I
with
can.
the intention of doing the best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of something I learned a long time ago. Is one of the universal rules. I don't know who wrote all these universal rules. I know the Ten Commandments, but there are universal rules, and one of them, to paraphrase, is when a person makes a commitment to do this or that, and there isn't one iota of indecisiveness, that the atom of the universe will align themselves with that decision. So you're making that commitment to yourself to do the best you can in Muay Thai. You've got this positive affirmations to yourself, and just trust that the atoms of the universe will support you in that, as long as there isn't one iota of indecisiveness. One iota of indecisiveness, it would be energy, and the energy could change. You could be doing really good, and all of a sudden you'll have a thought that's negative, and your energy will go down.
Yeah.
Then
And
you have to
you have to
build.
just
You have
ignore
to
it.
build your energy back up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, even if I were to train my hardest and right, you do all those affirmations, do everything right, you're still gonna have a doubt pop up, right?
well, that's a voice. There's all these voices. I've had a couple trainings in voice dialogue, and there's a lot of voices inside every one of us, and you can talk to the voice too, and just say, I'll catch you later. Catch me later, and I'll talk to you. Right now, I'm doing this, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be distracted. Because what I learned is all the voices, they came to protect you, and they feel they're protecting you and they're serving you. But sometimes they get in your way of doing what it is you decide you'd like to do.
Yeah. So you have to filter out which ones will bring you up and which ones will bring you down.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you. Have you had a trial? Have you ever had something you want to be really good at, and it took a lot of hard work, and it had a bunch of hurdles you had to cross? Was there anything specifically you've had that you feel like you've accomplished, and it took?
Life.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
fair
So
enough.
Peyton, I recognize your question, and what pops into my mind is I may not have had a hurdle in one big, huge way. I may have had a little mini hurdles, but the biggest hurdle was after 26 years of marriage, I left with my two kids and $1,250, and I opened a business. I did it on the down low, on low money. And there was a opportunity to use tables as nail tables. I didn't buy fancy stuff. I just did it, and I did facials and waxing and color consulting there. And I did that for a number of years until I needed benefits. So I got a job at Bath and Body Works and received benefits from that. So I think that for years, I was their daughter, and then I was his wife, and then I was their mother. And I think along the way, I lost myself, and I was fighting for the marriage. But one of my employees said to me one day, and she said, "It is your life too."
What employee at your business or
At the
the?
business, yeah. She said to me, "It is your life too." And I thought, oh, yeah, it is my life too. Well, I don't want to live this kind of life anymore, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So the realization that I had to save myself. So what I did was there was a Mother's Day picnic, and all the women brought stuff like we always do. And it never entered our mind to let the men bring stuff. We took care we took care of everything. And we were in Marin County area at a park, and my dad and my mom were there, and my two brother-in-laws and my two sisters and their children and me. And my my view of the day was the men were over with their arms crossed, drinking beer, talking. And my mother and my oldest sister, Shirley, were having a private conversation. And then my sister was sitting next to me doing counted cross stitch, which takes a long time to make counted. You make every little line according to this little map. And she was very involved in that. And I looked at the men and I looked at my mom and sister and I looked at Carol and I looked at myself and I thought, gosh. And I got up, impulsively got up, and I rolled down the hill. And I laughed and laughed and laughed so much. I can't remember ever having laughed that loud. And I said to my kids, come join me. Well, both of my kids came over, Christine and Gary, both came over and they were rolling down the hill with me, laughing and laughing and laughing. We'd run up and roll down and run up and roll down. And nobody else joined us. But I said to myself, I will not forget this day because I feel more alive in this moment than I felt in years. So it was shortly after that that I did a workshop, a personal growth workshop, and I trusted that the universe will provide for me. It's kind of like the fool card, is jump off into the abyss, but the universe catches you or God catches you. And
Wow. People
I
seemed like they were just bumming out at that party, like, or that get together, the Mother's Day get
I
together.
f- I felt alive. I felt a part,
Yeah, like I said,
with
no
all
one
the
else really.
with all the little voices inside of me, that one wasn't alive. It wasn't the part of me that rolled down the hill hadn't been around for a long time, I think. I slowly lost myself. So at the workshop I had an experience of myself that I had such an impact on the other people in the workshop that I trusted that I had value and that I would have value in leaving. I didn't know how I would do it. I didn't know what I would do. I was a house mom, a housewife for 26 years.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the workshop?
It was Temenos. It's called Temenos.
Temenos.
It's now called Pathways. And it was based on heart-centered personal growth work.
Okay.
And I learned a lot about victim accountability and
And you gave like lectures too at the workshop.
well, I didn't give lectures. I was learning
Okay.
about myself, and because I didn't know how, I was unaware. I just
Unaware of.
of my value.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I was important. I didn't think that. I mean, I was PTA president and nursery school president and band mom, and I mean, I did a lot of things, and I got the PTA's highest award, and I received San Mateo County's Volunteer of the Year.
Oh wow.
So my whole life was volunteering with the school and the band and Brownies and Scouts and everything. But I didn't feel that I had any value.
And it's sad that a lot of people feel like that, you know? Like, yeah, a lot
I
of people
think a
feel
lot
like,
of people stay stuck in relationships that don't serve them.
yeah.
But I think that I had
I want, like, I have a saying like NPC. Do you know what NPC is?
NPC at
Non-playable character.
non-playable character.
So like, have you seen like how games, like there's like people like in like GTA, like you're playing and then there's just like simulated people like walking around
Yeah.
and like just part of the set pretty much.
Yeah.
There's a
Those
lot
are
of people
called,
that probably
what are those called in the movies? They have a name for them.
like background character.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a name for them. But yeah, kind of like that.
yeah, like it's crazy. Some people will live their whole life like feeling like that,
Mhm.
and they just don't do anything about it or don't do anything to make them feel more valued than that.
Maybe because they've had trauma in their life and have been taught that they're stupid or that that they don't have value by people that should love them and love them unconditionally.
Yeah.
I think the bottom line is we're a soul, a divine soul, and that is love. And I was thinking the other day that what is wrong with me is wrong with Barbara's body, but it's not wrong with my soul. And any heart issues I have are Barbara's body, but they've not affected me as her soul, as the soul that's inside of her.
I would say like,
Nothing can destroy your soul.
but there is like you've mentioned this in the past to me, how like the body and the soul have like a deep connection, right? Like if you were to have like something wrong with your body, it will affect your soul, right?
Well, I'm sure it does, but
Like
if,
people change if they like get cancer, right? Or like get a terrible disease or something. It makes them, it changes who they are.
I've had cancer.
Oh really? Oh yeah, you have. I remember that. I remember that.
I think I've had almost everything.
Yeah, you've
I've had
you've
I've had
survived a lot of stuff.
too many things.
How
Too
many?
many things.
I was gonna say, how many wars have you survived?
You know, one of those yellow legal pads or one of those yellow legal pads. I wrote on there and I filled one whole page with everything
Oh wow!
that's wrong with me.
And look at you. You're still doing good.
I looked it on the
You're still
outside.
looking good.
That's why you should never judge a book by its cover, because you never know what's going on in my life. And I may look like healthy, but you know what? I just had a pacemaker put in and I'm
Yeah.
healing from that. And I might, have abuse at home or,
You don't have abuse at home.
do you know
Don't give people the wrong idea.
Do you want to know what abuse I have at home?
What?
The air conditioning, and this is not a negative or a positive, the air conditioning is running full time. And my daughter's wearing sweats. And I'm in my shorts. And I'm so cold. The whole weekend, the air conditioning was running all. And I realized that my daughter's going through menopause. Now, that right there can justify her running the air conditioning full time, but I didn't realize. So I said, I'm sorry, I won't complain because I've been through menopause.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Not easy.
My mom's going through menopause too. And it's like, if we're in the car, she's immediately blasting the AC and rolling the windows down.
It's just something you can't control.
Yeah.
And you wake up at night and you're all sweaty and,
Wow. Women really have to go through puberty twice. I'm thankful I'm a guy. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But obviously,
do we go through puberty?
Or
what do you consider puberty?
That's like your changes in your body as like a teenager.
Oh yeah, when we begin our cycle.
Yeah. So actually, that's a question I have. Which was worse, puberty or menopause? I'm curious.
Probably puberty, because you get cramps. And
Okay.
men don't know what the cramp feels like, but it's one time I had to have a DNC and he said, by the time I pull this out, you'll want to kick me or something. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was the most painful thing that I had ever had done, where they're going in and they're scraping the uterus wall. So that contraction that I had when he did that.
You had that as a teenager?
No, I was in my 40s.
Oh, okay.
But my labor was really hard. But once they hand you the baby, you've got the reward. And you're so bonded with the baby. It's unlike most any other love that You know, your mom will always feel that way about you, no matter what you do, no matter what you say. She may be angry with you, but deep down, she'll always love you. And if she doesn't, then I'll I'll take her job.
Well, yeah, that's
We
good to
don't have
know.
to worry about that with your mom.
We don't.
Your mom
I love
always
my
loves
mom,
you.
but it's good to know we got, backup plans, right? No, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm proud of you for doing Muay Thai and challenging yourself. I think that sometimes challenging yourself is good for you if you're not doing it for anybody else, for anybody's approval, just doing it for yourself to build up your self-confidence
yeah,
and to prove that you can do anything you set your mind to and then do it.
yeah, I could talk about Muay Thai all day and what it's done for me, but like back to the victim mentality thing, that was one of the first things I've done where, well, I did football for a year. That kind of shaped the thing, but like, yeah, when you get hit, like you can't just be a victim and be like, oh, like, why'd you
That
do that?
hurts.
Why'd you hurt me? Like, it's
Yeah.
technically your fault that you didn't block it or you didn't, counter back with something. And I mean, yeah, as I say, you got to roll with the punches.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've done a lot of, I've tried a lot of different sports, and I've never really stuck with a lot of them. And I was never really good with like team sports either. I've always liked individual sports.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, I don't know. It just Muay Thai is just such a different sport. Like
Mhm.
it's like
Well,
nothing else.
how is it different from kung fu? Did you did
Kung Fu. Oh, I did jujitsu when I was a kid.
jujitsu?
Jujitsu.
How are they different? Are they some about more self defense and other ones about
Well,
attacking but not hurting?
jujitsu is actually probably the best self defense because of that. You could defend yourself without hurting them too bad. Because jujitsu is more like wrestling. Like you're trying to like choke someone out or like do a submission, and Muay Thai is all striking. And with striking, it's a lot more unpredictable. Like you could really like mess someone up with striking, and it's less controlled.
Mm.
So I I feel like I need to get back in jujitsu. I lost a lot of that skill from being a kid. I haven't done it since I was like 10. But yeah, it's they're very different for sure. Striking and like ground game is two different arts.
Is Muay Thai like wrestling an opponent?
Muay Thai is you could hit, you could punch, you could elbow, you could knee, and you could kick.
Why?
But it is,
People are doing that to you too, right?
yeah. I mean, it's like it's supposed to be like one of the best striking martial arts because you literally learn how to use every limb to attack. But once they're on the ground, you can't do anything. You have to let them get back up.
Mm.
And there's also something called clinch, where it's like you could wrestle with your arms, but you're still standing. But as soon as you like sweep them or get them to the ground, then it's done, and you have to let them get back up.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's actually safer than boxing or like taekwondo
Mhm.
because you're like Muay Thai, the stance is pretty defensively sound. Like you're really prepared for any kind of strike. Like you're protecting your like with your hands, or you're protecting with your feet and stuff. But like in boxing, like you don't have a choice but to trade off punches. That it's
Yeah.
actually a sport with the highest CTE
Yeah.
like chances
Like
because yeah, you're literally just hitting
mhm.
each other in the head all the time. But in Muay Thai, there's more breaks. Like the pacing is different. You could like kick them out and like keep them far, and you
Mhm.
could like I don't know. I just love it. I get so excited about it.
Oh,
I think I want to do MMA eventually. I don't think I want to compete in
what's
MMA.
anime?
MMA,
Oh, MMA?
yeah, it's just everything. I don't think I want to compete in it, but I would like to train it and just like do it for fun.
Mhm. So when you go to Thailand, will you do Muay Thai in
Yeah,
Thailand?
yeah, I'll be training Muay Thai the whole time there. Hopefully, I have a match or two out there too, but if not, I'm happy with what I
Mm-hmm.
got. And then I'm thinking a lot about what I'm gonna do while in school because I'm gonna have to work and go to school, but I don't want to give up Muay Thai. But at the same time, I want to like grow my body and get more fit. Is I don't know what I'm gonna do next year, but
So you have to look at your priorities, and you have to line up on paper so
yeah,
you can see it and check on it every day when you're in, different frame of mind, different mood. Is this still my number one priority? And then make sure that you delegate that time for that. And it's amazing how much we can get done when we get moving. And they say if you
yeah,
want something done, give it to a busy person because they seem to already be in motion.
yeah.
And so once you get the energy moving, then you're amazed at how much you can accomplish.
Oh, yeah. That's
Sometimes
interesting.
I think back to when I watched my daughter and I think, well, God, I can't do any of that anymore. But I used to be able to do that. And I'll go back and I'll flash to when I was 50 years old and I had moved into a brand new 4-bedroom house and managed it all myself. And I
Yeah,
had a job and then I was at a
you started
spa
a
and then I was
business.
teaching
Yeah,
at night. And I had one day off, but I was happy. And
you got it done.
yeah, and I got it all
Could
done.
I ask, like, you started a business with you said like 1,200, right?
No, I left
Or
my marriage
you left
with
your marriage, but you
$1,250.
started a business and you were able to take care of your family with just that business.
Yeah.
Like that's impressive. Like,
It just I I took this step to step out
yeah,
and I found an apartment and I signed a lease and I told my husband that I was leaving the marriage and that I was moving and he said, "Well, we'll split whatever's in the bank." And so my share was $1,250 and I took the two kids and he wasn't a bad man at all. There was no way he was a bad man. He was a good man, but he just was more involved in what other people thought about him than what he really was. Like they thought he was a really great hands-on dad, but he didn't do things with his kids. He did things with his baseball kids or the school board kids, but not his own kids. But we're not here to talk about him because of him I have the kids that I have,
yeah.
and I'm forever grateful for having loved him and gotten married and had them.
Do you forgive him for this stuff, or I mean, that's a hard question. I guess you can't really, but
Well, he was an alcoholic, and and I went to Al-Anon for a year, and there's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do. It's you can't fight or argue with it. You can't debate with an alcoholic. And I don't know that that was, that who knows, maybe that's what he needed to learn this lifetime and that's what he chose or whatever. I think that truthfully we have a lesson while we're here and once we learn it, we can actually go back home. What I'd like to do is work on my mission and not have any more illnesses. I just I want to work on so we started out by mentioning, did we mention t-shirts and
yeah,
stuff? So I'm pretty much there at 80, but the fog rolls in a lot in my brain. And I'm having so much trouble communicating with ChatGTP. And I was wanting to show this one shirt I wanted to design, and it says my legacy. So ChatGTP designed this for me, and I loved it. So I wanted this printed. So
You used AI to help design
yeah,
your clothing brand.
so this is my legacy. I am love. I am light. I am here to inspire. I'm leaving a legacy of kindness and truth. Wise Baba. I'm using the name that you have for me. And then on the back side of the shirt, I am not here to be remembered for what I had, but for what I gave. Plant seeds of hope and awareness so all may grow. I will be gone, but my light will be shining on. Well, there are so many misspelled words here. And ChatGTP should know how to spell, right?
Well,
So here's one, instead of an I, he put a T. And then
he spelled legacy wrong.
legacy is wrong. And then for keep, he put Keek. He got Wise Barbara wrong. He put a
H.
WISE, but he did put WISS.
I think it's not that the AI is like stupid. It's the way you use it. I think.
Well, I don't know how to use it.
Yeah, that's
don't.
the thing.
You know,
But there's a lot of people your age that don't even know.
I know.
Like you're one of the few 80-year-olds using AI. Like that's.
But I have not successfully done anything.
Yes, you have. I mean,
not on AI.
Well,
when
you don't feel like it's helped you. Like how is? Okay, actually, we should make this like a conversation because
Okay.
like it's interesting. A lot of people haven't seen people your age use AI.
Well, I've determined, because I'm on limited time, I'm determined to write a book, do T-shirts, and a line of baby clothes.
And the podcast.
And the podcast. And that was what I committed to, and that's what I'm going to achieve.
And it was smart, like, using AI for assistance for that. I got to say, like, I've started doing it, and it, like, a lot of people don't. But, like, if you use it as a tool, like, as a coach, like, it could really up the speed on, like, producing stuff you want to produce.
But I don't know how to ask AI to do what I need it to do, because invariably I don't get I don't get the transparency to put on the T-shirt. So
well,
I'm not going to give up. But I was thinking that if I could have a human being help me with the artwork, and produce that to send in to be printed on T-shirts, it would be so much easier for me, because I've been working on this since March when I went to see Gary. I was working on it that long, and all I have is a baby onesie that says a baby soul, and another onesie that says, I picked you to be my daddy, and another one that says, I picked you to be my mommy.
I think you should start with those ones.
And another one that says, I am love manifested. Because love created 99.9% of the time they're creating a baby in love, in the state of love. They love each other.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not going to give up on anything, but I just would like it to be a little easier for me. But
it's frustrating, huh?
If I knew what to ask, I would ask it.
Yeah. The truth is, communicating with AI is communicating with the person. Like, think of it less of a conversation and more of like programming it. Like like even like
Hello?
I probably just lost you there, but
how much time do I not have to do that? I figured this, that I am very educated. I have lots to share with you, but this is nothing that I know how to do. So why spend any more time trying to do something that I would have to go take an art class. I mean, it's just it could work into weeks and years, and I have to stay alive to finish it.
Yeah.
But my goal is to have a Wise Baba line, and then we're starting where we're starting, and um, I'll have to have a plan in my head on how to get help
Hmm.
to do this. You know,
Yeah.
so if any of you are designers or graphic artists and want to help me, uh, send me a message or in the
Yeah.
comments and let me know. And we hope that when you're watching Peyton and I, you'll give us a little check.
Well, we need
That
a check mark.
yeah,
Okay.
that affects the algorithm.
Yeah.
And the secret that I've heard is if you have everybody check your algorithm, it circulates your name to more people.
Yeah.
So we'd appreciate that.
I'd say, yeah, that's a
And
good
and
message.
I think you might agree if somebody's like 17, 18, 19, if they would benefit from, being told about this site, maybe they could be helped like I've helping Peyton.
Yeah. I mean, I think we need to start making clips too, because sadly, people my age have something I like to call TikTok brain,
Mm-hmm.
and their
Short
attention,
attention.
yeah, it's obviously not everyone my age. Like I watch podcasts and stuff, but like I think we need to start making clips too.
Okay.
That'd probably get more attention from people my age.
So we can ask you, the first podcast we did was somewhere around 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I heard from family members that they didn't see it all, which meant they didn't watch for 45 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
people like,
do you like a 45-minute or a 50-minute talk? Let us know.
yeah, like how much time? That's a good idea. Most podcasts I've seen go on for like
2 hours.
2 hours and stuff like that. But
I'm sure I would find things to say, but I don't know that
yeah, we
enough.
still got a lot of work to do.
We're just winging everything
Yeah, pretty much.
in the most honest, vulnerable way we can. And hopefully our watchers are not
Yeah.
interested in bad mouthing us or pointing out everything that we did wrong, how the first video Peyton was too far away.
Yeah, the camera angle
We
is.
figured it out.
We got a
figured
better
it
angle
out.
going now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say we need to show more life story or give more life stories and more lessons to preach. And
So let me add this. So in the comments, we can talk about different things. We do want to learn about energy, about being an energy being. Do you want to learn about Pono, which I learned from Dr. Hugh Len? It's an ancient Hawaiian healing technique that's really valuable and easy to learn. Do you want to know about energy healing like Reiki or Huna? Anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah,
I think we'll discuss a
I'd
little
like
bit
the
more of that.
input to see if what topics people would be interested in. Otherwise, we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think it's
And
fun. I'm just having fun.
I'm having fun, and that isn't that what we're going to be doing right now? Is just having fun.
Yeah.
We're not worried about anything or thinking about anything. We don't have dishes to do or bills to pay. We can just sit here.
Yeah.
And the best gift I ever get is the gift of time. So for you wanting to spend time with me is the best gift you could ever get me.
Yeah.
Now I love chocolate from C's Dark Chocolate, but the best gift you can give me is time.
It would be more meaningful if I made the chocolate than just bought
Well,
you C's
yeah,
candy chocolate.
yeah. Now that I'm not really able to be in the kitchen cooking anything, I'm not able to make any treats for myself. So we'll have to think about that.
Could just guide me. I'll make the stuff and just tell me what to do.
All right. All right.
Is there anything else you wanted to
I
talk
can't
about?
think of anything. Shall we end this our second
guess so.
podcast? We're our second podcast with Baba
And
and
Peyton.
Peyton. And we hope to see you again next
We
time.
hope to see y'all again.
Thank you. Thank you.